Do you want to study at Cambridge, Stanford, Oxford, or Massachusetts Institute of Technology? I will give you a simple but very effective approach how to prepare to your maths exam successfully without wasting time and money. And also, if you want to know more about full course of preparation for your maths exam, then please watch video till the end because you get some bonus from me. And of course, visit my website and you have link in the description of this video and you get all information about the course, and then if you have any questions, I will be happy to answer you. And now we start to do some math, and today we do fractions because one of the most complicated topic in math is fractions, because you could be a master in differentiation, integration, in doing very complicated equations or to do some complex numbers, but still have some troubles with fractions. That's why today we do division of fractions and see how to understand it, and then you not care about any problems and any mistakes in some simplification stuff. Let's do, for example, if you want to divide, just we take first example, if you divide 7 over 9 divided by 49 over 3. Yeah, you see that I just write two fractions, and now we need to study one rule which you need to memorize. I think it's one of the it's one of the detail which you need to memorize, because it's no logic just to memorize how to divide fractions, how to go from division to multiplication, because to divide two fractions, first fraction we write as original one, 7 over 9, and then division you need to change by multiplication. It means then we change by multiplication, and then second fraction we flip or write a reciprocal. It means it's one of the rule in math which you need really to memorize. It means second fraction 49 over 3, you flip, it becomes 3 over 49. And now you see that after you change division by multiplication, now you could just multiply two fractions, and then you use all of rules and all of simplifications, how to make it easier. And of course, for multiplication of two fractions, we just multiply numerator times numerator, denominator times denominator. It means here you just need 2 times 7 times 3 over 9 times 49. And of course, I always teach my students, and please, before you do multiplication, firstly think maybe you could simplify. Because of course it's much easier to multiply smaller numbers than bigger numbers, especially when it's no calculator. But of course also one more thing, what we do with my students, we not use calculator only in some specific cases when we can do it without calculator, because you need to have practice. If you practice a lot with numbers, then your brain working, it's as any muscles, you need to train it every day. That's why please, when you go to shop, when you just do some things and you need to do some calculation with numbers, please do it in your head, no use calculator. And of course, please share in the comments how often do you use the calculator, or do you use some approach as just mental calculation before, in some shops. And of course, I am always wait for your comments to see how you do calculations, and also just give you some useful tips how to make your brain more and more clever. Okay, and now we continue to do this fraction. You see that I already said that we could do some simplification. It's mean now see, do you have any common factors on the top and in the bottom? You see that we have 7 and 49. I just take as a color that we could simplify. It means 7 and 49, right? Both divisible by 7. It means if you divided 7 by 7, then it's remaining with 1, and 49 by 7, it's with 7. And then also I just use other color that you see that also 3 and 9, you also could simplify, because 3 and 9 both divisible by 3, right? It means you have 3 over 3 is just 1, and 9 over 3 it's 3. It means now you see that you need to write a new fraction. Now in the numerator you have 1 times 1, right? remaining from 2 simplifications, and in the denominator you have 3 times 7. You see that now we have much easier numbers. It's no like 9 and 49 in the denominator. It's mean now you could multiply it much easier. And of course, like when you have a smaller numbers and it's like less chance to make a mistake. That's why always, if you see that you could simplify something, then always simplify. Okay, and now you just multiply numerator times numerator, denominator times denominator. It's mean 1 times 1, it's 1. 3 times 7, it's 21. It's mean, you see, finally, if you divide it like 7 over 9, you divide it by 49 over 3, you get a nice number, 1 over 21. And again, because of course you could firstly multiply, but then simplify. But then, like, it's also like much harder to understand what is a common factor for both. That's why always do simplification on a step of multiplication, if possible, of course. Yeah, then do one more example just to see how it works. And now I also write it like in a harder way. Sometimes also happens that you need to do something as this, like very complicated fraction. Yeah, for example, written in such form. You see that in this case, yeah, you have a fraction, and then both numerator and denominator also includes fraction. And a lot of students also just trying to replace something, like trying to write some expression with no logic. But always, if you have a fraction where both numerator and denominator also fractions, then you, first of all, you just need to write this expression as division. And then use rule of division of fractions. Yeah, it's mean, first of all, I just write it's 1/2, because it's on the top, it's mean 1/2 divided by 4 over 25. And then what? Yeah, like as we discussed before, for division, first fraction you write with no changes, it's like 1/2, then division you change by multiplication, and then 4 over 25, yeah, you just find the reciprocal or you flip it, becomes 25 over 4. And now you see that now you have a multiplication. It's when you just times like numerator times numerator, denominator times denominator. But again, first of all, what? Right, you just need to check that like you could simplify this like expression if it's like any common factor on the top and in the bottom. Okay, we see that on top it's 25 and in the denominator it's 2 and 4. It's mean 25, 2 and 4 not have any common factors. That's why here it's like no chance to simplify. It's mean we have just 25 over 8. And here you see that it's like improper fraction, because numerator is a greater than denominator. It means this fraction like has some integer inside. It's mean if you want, you could convert to mixed number. If not, you also could leave as this. Yeah, it's mean always like to get, if you have result as a fraction, it's okay to leave as a fraction, not convert it to mixed number. But I also show you here how to convert it, just in a case. Yeah, it's mean, what do we know? That 25, yeah, like we need to think about like what number smaller than 25 divisible by 8, yeah, like to get you some integer. And for this also you need to have like practice in mental math. Yeah, just do like multiplication and addition and subtraction of different number. Yeah, please remember about this advice of like when you're going to shop. And also, yeah, then please like write me in the comments how it worked for you or not. And then here, 25 you could present as 24 plus 1, because 24 is divisible by 8. Yeah, it means this 24 plus 1, because it's still 25. Yeah, I not change a fraction, I just write it in a different way. And then over 8. And now you see that 24 is divisible by 8. That's why then this fraction we could split into 2. It's 24 divided by 8 plus 1 divided by 8, right? And 24 divided by 8 is 3. It's mean just 3 plus 1 over 8, or you just write as a mixed number 3 and 1/8. It's mean or your final result is 25 over 8, or your final result is 3 and 1/8. It's mean, yeah, like both okay. No, and of course, when they say, for example, in question, especially in IB, sometimes they say how to present a result, yeah, like in what form, then only in that form, because if not, then you not get the points. But in a case if it's not saying, then you use just or general rule, or you just leave like exact value, or like in any way you like, yeah, but it's need to be in the correct form. Okay. The next one, also to do more fractions to see, yeah, how to approach, but also, yeah, like sometimes, okay, we also practice how to divide by numbers. For example, if you have 7 over 13 divided by 49, yeah? What you think? What is way to divide? Yeah, the same way, nothing changed, yeah? Just one rule. Division we change by multiplication, and second fraction we make reciprocal. It means first I just write without changes 7 over 13, then division I change by multiplication, and then 49 you need to flip or to make it reciprocal. Yeah, 49 it's integer, it means it's 49 over 1 if you write as a fraction, and then if you invert it, then it's just 1 over 49. It means this. And then it's equal, and now again, yeah, like what we do for multiplication, right? We just multiply like numerator 7 times 1 and denominator 13 times by denominator. And now you see that, first of all, yeah, I just make 49 better, sorry, because, yeah, that you could see it's 9, yeah? And now what? We need to think, like, is it any way to simplify it, to make it smaller? Right, here you see, you have 7 on the top, and also sometimes people think that you only could do cross multiplication. No, cross multiplication, it's not about multiplication of fraction, it's only about proportion. It's like when you have fraction equals to fraction. Here you could cancel out any factor on the top and any factor on the bottom, and it doesn't matter like what order of your factors, because for multiplication it doesn't matter. You have a times b or you have b times a, because it's the same. That's why, yeah, it's mean here we just do 7 and 49, both divisible by 7. It means 7 over 7 it's 1, 49 over 7 is 7. It means then you see that in the numerator you have just 1 times 1, and in the denominator you have 13 times 7. And then 1 times 1 it's 1. Yeah, this is also important, then 1 times 1 is 1. And then you have 13 times 7. How to multiply 13 by 7? Also no calculator, yeah, like I teach you like very simple way, also like with no rules, with no pen, just like in your head, how quickly calculate it. 13 you could split into 10 and 3, right? Because 13 it's 10 plus 3. Then you could multiply 10 by 7, and then plus you multiply 3 by 7. 10 by 7 is 70, 3 by 7 is 21, and then you just do 70 plus 21, and this 91. It's mean just simply you get 1 over 91 finally. Yeah, it's mean you see also, that's why, yeah, like one more very good method to multiplication of the numbers, this, like when you split any number into sum of the smaller one, yeah, just like if you use like hundreds, tens, and then units, and then you times by the number, and then, yeah, you do not need to use a calculator. Okay, and one more example, how to do, just for to take number 6 divided by, what we could write, by, for example, 2 over, no, just, sorry, I want to, you see then that just to make it some simplification, like this 18 over 5. Yeah, everything from my head, remember. Yeah, that's why one more time. Yeah, like what? We have 6 divided by 18 over 5. Also, sometimes students lost and think that you need to use like some other rule, but no, again, division of two fractions. 6 is also fraction, right? If to write 6 as a fraction, it's just simply 6 over 1. Yes, that's why, because 6 over 1 is 6. And also it's not 6 over 6, because sometimes like students write 6 over 6. No, 6 over 6 is 1. It's not 6. It's mean when you have an integer, then to make it as a fraction, then you just put 1 in the denominator. Yeah, for example, 6 is 6 over 1. 15, it's 15 over 1. Yeah. And then again, division we change by multiplication, and second fraction we have, we make a reciprocal or invert, and then it just becomes 5 over 18. And then again for multiplication, it just top by top, 6 times 5 over 1 times 18. Yeah, and now you see, then also before multiplication, what? Right, just to simplify, it means 6 and 18 both have common factor 6. 6 divided by 6 is 1, 18 divided by 6 is 3. It means then you have on the top just 1 times 5, on the bottom just 1 times 3. And you see then just 5 over 3. Yeah, and again, it's like 5 is great, it's mean it's improper fraction. If you want, make it a mixed number. And please, yeah, if you make a mixed, then write like in the comments to this video, what is your result? Yeah, I leave this as like a little homework for you. And now you see that like always rule the same. It doesn't matter, like you have written as a fraction, over fraction, written in a fraction way, or just like written in a division way, or is it number divided by fraction, or is it fraction divided by number, doesn't matter. Only one rule. First fraction or a number, which you also present as a fraction, you write like in original way, then division you change by multiplication, and second fraction you invert or make a reciprocal. And then you just multiply like numerator times numerator, denominator times denominator. And remember, before the multiplication, see, maybe you could simplify it somehow, and then it, of course, it's like much easier to work with smaller numbers than with the bigger numbers. And then, of course, it's like easier to simplify somewhere in the middle, and then not just care about like big numbers and what is the common factor for big numbers. Yes, it's all about division of fractions, nothing complicated. And remember, please, that everything is logical in math, yeah? Not just like memorize all of the formulas and trying to make some calculations. No, please understand it. Math is really easy. Yes, that's why if you will study with me, you will see that everything is easy, yeah? And if you do practice, if you understand, then you start to love math and you really understand that is easy. And as I promised in the beginning of the video, yeah, like I will give you some bonus. And it's like a very good bonus of 15% of discount, yeah, like to my full course IB Math Analysis and Approaches, high level or standard level, depending like what level you study. And using a secret word, YouTube, yeah, you get a 15% discount. It's mean, please visit my website, you have in the description to this video, yeah, like enroll the form, and where you have this like discount code, yeah, like write there YouTube, and then you get 15% for full course. But also if you want just to buy like any topic, you get the same 15% discount if you get like if you use this like secret code YouTube. And of course, subscribe to my channel, yeah, like, and put like on the video, because yeah, like every week you get a new video and a lot of useful stuff which you need to practice, you need to improve and become master of math. And I wish you to have a good day. Yeah, just please like continue to do some study. If you have any questions, I'm always glad to answer you. And of course, let's change your life through study. And I would be glad to see you as one of my students and you become like a part of our big Tutorina family. Bye!